is footwork, timing, and rhythm. If you don't have footwork, you don't know where your body's gonna be. If we don't have good timing, everything's gonna be wrong when people are hitting me and I'm trying to hit them. And having rhythm is important because that keeps me in sync or out of sync with whoever I'm partnered with. Right? So we have to have all of those things. It's a very good way to do that is just jumping jacks, jump rope, things like that. So we did side to side, we did forward and back. Now we're gonna put them together. You go one to the side, one forward. One to the side, one forward. Always switching legs. Simple, easy warm up. Let's get our brains warmed up. We're gonna find out who can dance and who can't.
Ron, disassemble this opponent. Start at the bottom, down, bottom, up, from the ground.
I'm a third-generation combat fighter. Both my father and brother are Taekwondo black belts. My grandfather was in the military, and my grandfather's cousin was in the CIA. Fighting is in my DNA. I actually never wanted to do martial arts. As a kid, I would much rather be outside running around with my friends. Then, my brother won a tournament, took home a big shiny trophy, and I realized I wanted that as well.
Listen, there's a man in my corner. Where's Johnny Tension? This is one of the best martial artists on the planet. I've been singing the gospel about this man since I was 16 years old. And one time he told me that every champion has a story. My fight career has been an amazing story. An amazing story.
Partner real quick. Find a partner. Doesn't matter who it is. Grab a partner really fast. We're just gonna finish up last part. First is I'm gonna teach you guys one of the most essential parts of what I do and what I teach my students. I'm not gonna lie, when I first started, I hated it. Hated it, hated it, hated it. Shadow boxing. I hated it. It was boring. I didn't like it. Just give me the pads. Give me the heavy bag. Give me even a jump rope. I don't want to shadow box. I want to do something more active. But as I got older and as I started shadow boxing more and more and more, I found the value in it and I saw my skills start to do this much, much faster. So I'm going to show you kind of the way that I create a system for my shadow boxing. So just start shadow boxing. I just want to see what it looks like, your natural movement in your shadow boxing. How many of you fight better than you shadow box? You don't fight like we shadow box, and we're not even as good as we are when we shadow box, right? So why are we, what's the disconnect, right? We have to be able to, the way that I move when no one's trying to hurt me is how I need to be moving when either I'm sparring, I'm in the ring, how I defend myself. So all of the elements, whether it's footwork, head movement, feints, defense, those are things we don't think of when we hear shadow boxing. As soon as we say shadow boxing, okay, let me start attacking, let me punch, let me hit the leg, let me do all my favorite techniques, but not the stuff that's gonna keep me safe and help me when I'm sparring or in competition, right, Oz? Okay, so I have it all broken down like a pyramid. It's very simple. When you look at a food pyramid, right, what's at the bottom? Don't say cakes and candy. Yeah, your foundation, right? The stuff that's really good for you that nobody likes, right? So your fruits and vegetables, that's at the bottom, all the good stuff. And that's what I'm going to put into my shadow boxing pyramid at the bottom. That's the first thing I focus on. We're gonna do a full round of it. It is only footwork and head movement. That's it. That is it. That's all we do is footwork and head movement. Now, the one thing, it's difficult because we have a lot of people. Generally, what I will say is most of my footwork in this drill is going to be defensive. It's disengage, circle, and then when I plant my feet, I'm moving my head, right? My hands are always up like I've got binoculars on my hands, all right? I'm here, I'm looking, checking out what's going on, I'm moving my feet, I'm in my rhythm, and then I'm disengaging, I'm moving, and then I'm right back into my shadow box. Disengage, move, and I'm here. I try not to quarter turn too much because that gets me in trouble when I'm in close quarters, so I don't practice it a ton. All right, so do your best, be mindful of where you're at. Just think of, instead of doing this, take a little step back and open. All right, and then get back. Hands are up like I got binoculars on. All right, just like this, and my hands stay attached here. Footwork, head movement, feints. All right, the reason why it's not boxing or kicking or anything like that is, again, it's stuff that we need to do more of that we're not landing. This is one of the main reasons why we're not as successful with our strikes as we need to be, because we're not moving our feet, our head, and I'm not drawing reactions, okay? So feinting is the next part. You can feint with your hands, your hips, your feet, whatever you want it to be. So in order, you're going to move your feet, you're gonna move your head, and then you're going to feint, feint, feint. Whatever it might be. It can be just one feint, 2, 3. If you're more advanced, however many you like. So I'm going to move my feet. I'm going to move my head. I'm going to feint, and then I'm going to put a boxing combination together. When I finish my boxing combination, I'm not going to stop here. What do I do with my footwork? I disengage and I move, because that's what we need to do when we're sparring or competing. I always need to be moving my opponent to where I want them to be. So I'm going to move my feet, move my head, feint, and then a nice boxing combination and start it all over. It's important for me personally. I like to go to my low kick first instead of my knees. It's just a longer weapon. So we're gonna add our low kicks on top of this. So I move my feet, I move my head, I feint, all right, I box, and I finish with my low kick, and then I do what? Disengage, move, and I get right back to work. So I'm always in that flow. So add your low kick behind your boxing. It can be either side, whatever you prefer, your favorite weapons.
Middle, body, shift, drift, side. That's what we want to be able to get out of the way, shifting to my side step. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir. Body kicks and head kicks and stuff like that. But that would be my higher tier techniques, right? I'm not throwing head kicks, spamming them from the beginning of the fight. I'm probably not doing that. You know, if I am, my opponent's probably not that good, or I'm just crazy, right? One of the two, that's okay. It's okay to have one of those options sometimes. So just know that generally in my pyramid, I'm gonna do footwork, head movement, feint, box, low kick, knee, body kick, then a round of head kicks, and then if spinning kicks, things like that, more fancy techniques are in your arsenal, I'll add that in as well. The last thing I want to do is we're going to do a purely defensive round, okay? Because sometimes maybe you have an injury, maybe you got hurt, maybe something's bothering you, or maybe you just need to practice your defense. But I want you to work only on defense, okay? So my entire defensive round is not going to be always moving backwards, but I'm going to move my head. Maybe a punch is coming, I slip. Right? I use my elbows to guard, right? Maybe I catch, or I move, or parry, or I check, right? Anything like that. I sway back, I catch the leg. So all defensive movements, okay? Nice. So only defense. You're not punching, kicking, kneeing, nothing. Defense, and I want to see a counter, okay? Nice. So if I block a punch, maybe I fire back with a short combination. If I block a kick, maybe I return. If I catch, maybe I sweep, maybe I throw something in return, okay? But again, put the elements of your pyramid together, move your feet, move your head, feint, draw an attack, defend, and counter, okay? Let's play the counter again. One of the things that I want you guys to keep in the back of your mind is learning new skills is easy, right? There's a whole bunch of you in here. You're all getting the same information, but it's how quickly can you apply that information. That's what changes students to being decent to good, from good to great, and from great to champions, right? How quickly can you take that information and can you use it and make it your own, right? It's not just because I say it and I do it doesn't mean it's going to work exactly for you, but having some of those concepts that you can tear into your game a little bit and apply is really, really helpful, especially those of you that are competitors and are looking to get to that next level, whether you're amateurs and want to be local and national champions, going from that to the pro ranks and then being world class. That's the difference maker. Anyone can go to seminars. You guys have amazing instructors. You bring in seminars, best in the world. But some of us just stay right here, right? It's immediate application. That's what takes you from good to great. Awesome. Okay, so the reason why I start with that, the footwork pyramid, my whole shadowboxing pyramid, when we're doing the drills today, in between drills, if I'm doing work with a partner, let's say it was something as simple as let's say I'm just catching, Sensei's catching a jab cross from me. Maybe I'm just doing a 1-2. So I'm throwing my jab cross, boom, boom, and then I disengage and I have a little bit of turn. In between, before I throw my next technique, I'm moving my head, I'm feinting, and then he calls for that 1-2 again, boom, boom, right? And I'm moving my feet, and I'm always, this becomes my natural, my normal. Do we understand? Otherwise, what happens is you throw your 1-2, I throw my 1-2, you throw, okay, cool, right? And we get into that habit of like, oh, I've done my 1-2 a million times before. right? But how do we get better? By applying the little things, those small details. Okay. So I'm going to challenge you off the bat. If that's the only thing you take from this seminar, it's going to be a hell of a lot. Okay? To always build that normal, whatever it is. If you want a body in motion, stays in motion. So stay in motion at all times. It's going to help you big time. Okay, very good. Okay, let's get shin guards, gloves, mouth guards. Let's go, everybody. You guys can do this however you want. I'm not going to dictate whether you catch like you're holding pads, or the more advanced guys, if you want to just kind of actively defend, that's okay as well. But for the majority of us, we're going to hold like we're holding pads. Okay, so really simple. What we're going to do is we're going to start with our 1-2. Really easy. The biggest mistake that I see from people all the time is we put ourselves in a range where I don't have to do anything. My hands are up, his hands are up, just hold for me, and I throw my 1-2 from here. And then my partner goes. And then I can go. That's great. Nobody is gonna let me get this close, ever. I have to learn how to close the gap, right? So just basic stepping in and out is as simple as this is, and a basic drill is so valuable because it teaches me how to cover this gap. Right, we call this like C range, where maybe I can still touch my long range weapons, but I can't punch, but I need to step, right? So teaching myself, again, we talked about rhythm, timing, footwork, me associating my front hand, my front leg, so when I throw my jab, I step. Now my right leg comes back in, I rotate, and I go right back to where I am, and I make a small turn. I'm gonna go 3 times just with my 1-2, but every time in between, I'm doing what? I've got my binoculars are up, right? I'm moving my head, I'm feinting, I throw my 1-2, I move, right? Change, get a new look. 1-2, and then I'm out. Again, if this is the only thing you pick up from today, it is going to change your game tremendously, I promise you. Just instead of going from this, it's gonna change. It looks different, doesn't it? And it's not that I'm doing anything crazy. I'm just moving my feet, moving my head, feinting a little bit. It's gonna help you be more successful closing that gap. It's gonna get more advanced very quickly. So let's get this down. Any questions before we start? Yes, sir. Great question. So when I'm moving my head from this distance, he can't touch me, right? Extend your hand. He's not touching me. I'm not moving my head to slip and counter. I'm moving my head just because I don't want him to see me in one spot, right? High five me. Again. Over and over. High five. High five. Nice. High five. Success rate goes down. I'm not moving very fast, right? So when I move my head, I just don't want to be easy to be high fived, right? And because a high five is usually a punch or a kick. So I don't want to be touched, right? I just want to keep my head. Think about, I put my head, if we make it very simple, put your hands up. My head is in line with one shoulder, one hip, right? My head always in that trajectory. It's just doing something. And then when you apply, my hands start moving as well. Now it's like, how am I gonna hit this guy? I'm not doing anything special. I'm just staying in motion, right? This way I don't want a high-fiveable face. Makes sense? Great question, very good question. Any others? Awesome. Jab, cross, step out, move, feint, jab, cross. Okay? 3 for 3. I go 3 times, my partner goes 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Grab a partner. Someone's gonna do it. Okay, very easy. Good job, ladies. Nice work. Keep it up, keep it up. Excellent, excellent. Make sure you guys are moving. Move your head a little bit in between. Don't be lazy with your hands. To add our lead hook. All right, so we're just gonna make 3 punches. Just to go over basic footwork, I step, step, turn. All right, and then I'm back out. Step, step, turn, and then come right back out. So again, I wanna make sure that I'm with my partner here. If I throw my punches, and then I stay here, what can I expect? I'm gonna get hit back. So I always, high fives, violent high fives. So I always wanna make it hard for my opponent. Right? Does that make sense? Easy for me, hard for them. That's a successful formula, right? But if we always fight right here, now I can't rely on who's smarter. I can't rely on who's faster. I just have to rely on who's tougher. That's disaster. That doesn't work in the pros, okay? So we have to use our brain and use our movement. So we throw our 3, go ahead, 3. 1 step back. Step back. Okay. Circle. Okay, good. Twist. Put it back. Move. Pintas. Yeah. Yes, very good. So we see something very basic, very simple, becomes a lot more complex with easy work, yeah? Okay, so jab, cross, hook, small step back and move. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, push. I'll get the timing down, I promise. Good moves, when I throw my cross, my right leg moves. And then I stay here, my right leg goes back first. Footwork, right? And this is why my shadow boxing pyramid, the first thing we do in our footwork is what? Disengage though, but I disengage. I'm always teaching myself to disengage because the biggest danger for me is being right here. If I hit my partner with 3, right, I throw my 3-piece, boom, boom, boom. That's great, something's gonna happen after. Maybe I get to go again if I'm lucky, but probably, I mean, how many of you guys enjoy getting hit? There's always one. That's why.
That'd be me, Sensei.
Yeah. Okay, but when there's a lot on the line, we don't want to be that person, right? Who enjoys hitting the other person more?
That'd be him.
Right? Yeah. Both hands, both feet. Yeah, I much more enjoy that side. So I don't want to get hit ever, right? The idea of being a good combat athlete is hit and don't get hit. So for me, when I throw my 3-piece, boom, 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 right? If I start to move laterally first, it doesn't stop my opponent from hitting me wherever I go. Whether it's that, maybe he throws a low kick if I go this way, maybe the switch kick if I go, right? I'm still in danger, but if I throw my 3 and immediately my combination is done and I decide I want to take a step back, I don't care what he throws, right? Now look, now what does he have? Hold on, stay there, right? So I turned a little bit. If he wants to hit me, what does he have to do? He's got to turn and adjust his what? His stance and his feet. When he's doing that, that allows me to set up my next shot, right? So just that simple, this allows me to take another turn, okay? So the one thing that we cannot do is, and especially, again, this goes for you as competitors big time, it cannot be my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. That doesn't work for me. Right? 50-50 is only good in one place, it's Vegas. That's it. It doesn't work in fighting, right? It should be my turn, and then my turn, and then my turn again, and then I go again, and then I'll take another turn. You can wait a little bit longer, then I want to go again, and then the fight's over, and my hand gets raised. Okay, so this is a very simple way to make that happen. Just move our feet. But we get in the habit of like, oh, I'm gonna bite down on my mouthpiece. Don't do that. Let's use our brains, right? You guys all understand? So let's throw our 3. Just focus on one step and then move. That's it. My partner has to turn. I come right back in. Maybe I go the other way. Right? And I'm there. Questions with that? We good? One step out small. Doesn't have to be big. Let's say I put your jab on my head. Okay? This is not a miss. This is a miss. Do I want him to miss here or here?
There.
No.
That's the first one.
Why do I have, what's the difference, right? All this does is give him more room to figure out what's next. And it forces me to cover more distance when I want to come back, right? So that's the danger in doing stuff like this. When I throw my 3 and I do this, and it's like, yeah, this is all well and good, but now we're even again. Because by the time he adjusts, what do I gotta do? I gotta get all the way back over here, and then maybe I'll run into a counter. You see it all the time, right? So my theory is I always want to be one step away, right? One step away from hitting someone. That's it, right? That gives me enough time to read what's coming at me. It gives me enough time to defend, but it also gives me enough time to create my next attack. So one step away. I'm okay if I throw my 3, boom, I take one step. If he goes, let's say he jab counters, right? Boom, right? I'm one step away. Maybe he kicks. I'm okay here, right? Maybe he throws a switch kick. I'm like, okay, I can read that. And I can find whatever comes next, right? I don't need to be way over here because now I have no information to work with. Does that make sense? So as long as my eyes are open, I have good vision, and I've practiced these things in my shadow boxing, when they happen in real life, I know how to approach it, yes? Okay, so let's change up the footwork a little bit. We're gonna go a little more advanced, then we'll pull it back. I know Sensei wants me to teach a lot of the stuff I do with my sidekick, so we'll play with that, but I wanna get some of these little footwork patterns down. The only time that I like to change stances are two ways, right? So number one, if I'm in this distance where I might get hit, I'm never going to switch in place. Never. This is a really big problem. You see pros do it, and you see pros get knocked out doing this. Never switch your feet here, because from this position, a right hand comes straight to my guard, but if I don't move my hands, now it hits me, right? So the same weapon comes from a different angle and it's hard to see. So we never switch stances in place. Yes, sir? Yes. Okay, so very simple. The first one, I'm going to disengage, but instead of going 1, 2, 3, step back in my same stance, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 from here and just swing my leg back. So now I covered that same distance. Look, I'm 1 step away from hitting, but now I've created new angles too. But who did it first? Me. So I have the upper hand. I can plan what I want to do next. Maybe it's land a big kick, maybe it's go inside, maybe it's counter or split, whatever. Right? So very simply, we're not going to add any footwork to this yet. Deshaun's going to go 3, freeze here, boom, boom, boom. He's going to swing his leg back. He's going to take 1 step again forward. He's going to throw his 1, 2, 3 from southpaw, swing back, and shuffle back in. That's it. And then I go. So I go orthodox, southpaw, come back to my stance. So now I'm right here. 1, 2, 3. Swing back. 1, 2, 3. See how even it's hard? Like, what are my hands supposed to do? That's how it feels when people are throwing stuff full speed, right? I switch. I'm right back. He goes orthodox. Switch. Southpaw. My hands have to switch or just defend. Right? He shuffles back in, and then we just swap. So it's good. Listen, you don't have to be a master on both sides, but you should be proficient. We should be confident. We should understand. Make sense? Yes, sir? All right. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. 1 orthodox. Switch your stance. 1 southpaw. Switch your stance, and we're back to where we started. Rhythm and timing. I'm back. Do we get anything done? No. If my partner's yelling and I'm really quiet, does that get anything done? No. Right? Maybe what do I have to do? I just have to change my perspective. Right? So when I get someone who's very aggressive, that's when I want to start changing my stances and change my perspective, because I give them something else to think about and it makes them do what? Slow down a little bit, right? When it gets crazy, maybe I need to switch and throw a feint or throw a kick or do something different to make them go, maybe this isn't the time to be in a yelling match, right? So sometimes if I throw my jab cross hook, boom, 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 and I see they're gonna get really aggressive, look, huh? All right, now look, all of a sudden it's like, ooh, maybe I need to slow down, and now I can re-enter. So that's for the person who's aggressive. I'm gonna switch backwards and give them a new look right away, because they're gonna walk into a big weapon, okay? A lot of times for people in this stance, if I start here and now I switch, my big weapon's on my back leg, right? I've got my straight line, but I've also got my body kick and my head kick. Those are super effective from this stance. So maybe I flash one of those out there and they pump the brakes and I can do what I want to do. Okay. The second one, maybe I have someone who's a little more timid, or maybe my shots are hurting a little bit more and they cover up. So now on defense, when I throw my jab cross hook, my partner Pablo is just going to cover up into his shell, right? From here, you know, number one, he's got good defense. His hands are high, but he's got long arms and a short torso. So I don't really have a lot of places where I can hit Pablo. So what I might need to do is, again, get a new perspective. So from here, instead of stepping backwards, I'm going to step to the side. And I still change my stance, but now look, I have all these new angles that I can attack, right? That are hard for him to see. And now, worst case scenario, what can I always do? What's the first thing in my pyramid? Disengage. I can always disengage. Move, reset. That's okay, right? So I can always go back to that if I prep for it, right? So that's why shadow boxing is key. So all we're gonna do here, I'm gonna throw my jab cross hook. My partner's gonna shell, nice big cover up. And I'm gonna take this front leg, instead of going all the way back, I'm gonna go to the side. Now I'm in my other stance. From here, I throw my jab cross hook, and I swing back. And then my partner goes, jab cross hook, I cover up. From here, takes that leg out to the side. All the way, both feet. No, stay southpaw. Right, so from your hook. Yes, exactly. Now throw that jab cross hook here. It's really hard. You're gonna see, even with your hands up, you're like, oh God, this doesn't feel good. Right, now swing that leg back. We're back to where we started. Okay, any questions with that? Okay, so watch me one more time. Jab, cross, hook. I'm gonna get completely sideways. Now I go to my other stance. Okay, so it's just a side step. That's all it is. Right? In the system that I teach, we call it a triangle step because I'm making a little triangle with my feet. Alright, so we'll play with that a little bit. Let's just do this real quick. Thank you, sir. Boom. Now I throw my right hook and now switch back. So my right leg goes out and I made my triangle. Okay? So off my hook, I go back where I came from and I switch stances. Off my hook, I go back where I came from and switch stances. Does that make sense? Okay, so you guys with your partner, jab, cross, hook. Cut that angle, jab, cross, hook, and then we're back. All right, let's go. All right, you guys, you can't really see as well, and if you can't see as well, we can't be creative. Right, so my thought process for you guys is, again, shadow box this and picture it, or these are great things to do on a heavy bag. Right, if I've got a heavy bag, either one of these, I'll use this one. Right, maybe my low kicks aren't here, but if I throw my jab, cross, hook here, and I switch back, it's like, okay, what can I throw that's different? Maybe it's my straight, maybe it's my knees are coming in differently from here. If I go out to the side, freeze for a second. They're facing this way, so maybe my low kick isn't gonna work, but I have the rear leg, right? This is their back, so maybe that's not a weapon anymore, right? But that high kick is there. So you just have to play with it a little bit and be creative. But again, if you're not taking the time and shadow boxing or doing these drills with partners, we lose some of that information. Okay. My ninjas here, any questions? You guys look great. Everyone doing well. How we doing over here? Everybody good? We're gonna move on from the footwork stuff for now. Any questions? We're gonna come back to it. Ask me now. We good? No, just stretch it. Okay, yes sir.
How do you feel about framing on the rear hand with that hook? When
Show
you're
me.
stepping over.
Show me. 3, 1, 2, 3.
Here.
Go ahead.
Just that.
Oh,
hook,
just
right?
using that as a
using it
frame.
there.
Yeah. Maybe I wouldn't push.
Okay.
Because again, like, does everyone understand the question? Using that arm and kind of moving. First, how many of you guys do jiu-jitsu? Okay, cool. It's always easier to move what? Yourself or your partner? Yourself, right? Sometimes I don't want to move. But the other thing too is you're cutting this angle to then do what? To get a new perspective so you can land strikes, right? So if you throw that hook and now you push me, now you can't throw anything, right? So in this scenario, I don't want to move my partner, I want to move myself and create an opportunity where I can strike. Does that make sense? Now in terms of frames and hand pins, 1000%. If I throw this 3, oh, I know this hand is here because I'm touching it. Even if he's got a good overhand, maybe I switch. Right, so I can always be in contact if I want. So hand frames, pins, 1000%. If that's in your arsenal, if you like to hand fight, by all means, I'm a big fan of hand fighting. So yes, as you move, I would prefer a hand fight than moving my partner. Make sense? Okay, any other questions? One more time, please. One more? Okay, so I don't want to push my opponent. So if I'm here, can I borrow your set? What's your name? Caleb. Caleb. So if I throw my 1, 2, 3 here, I don't want to push Caleb because now I can't hit him, right? But maybe I just move my hands instead. Okay, so don't push them, just move yourself. Push? Okay, very good. So, thanks, sir. All right, we're gonna move on. We'll come back to some of this footwork stuff as it comes in later. But what I wanna work on is one of the things that Sensei asked me about was, you know, back in my traditional karate roots, I did a lot of point fighting, which is very bladed, very bouncy, a lot of lead leg techniques, the stuff you see like Wonder Boy, Michael Page, Raymond Daniels, those are like some of the other names, people that I've fought before. That's that style, that front leg kicking. It is successful in short bursts, but we need to know how to use it, when to use it, why to use it, so on and so forth. So I'm going to show you guys how I was able to be successful blending my lead leg techniques. How do I get into it? How do I get out of it? Not so much the execution, because we can all sit here and blast away good side kicks, right? Okay, so when I'm throwing a side kick, number one, the thing that I want to hit with is my heel, right? Sometimes we think of side kick like the blade of our foot in like traditional Shotokan. They teach the blade in Kyokushin as well. Yeah, so for me, there's just too much surface area there. I just want to hit with the heel. right? So the heel is going to do damage. It's like stabbing with a knife instead of like the side of a knife, right? I want to hit with the point. So traditionally what we would do is we would teach our students holding onto a wall. I bring my knee to my chest and then it comes straight out. It comes back and then down.
Can you do that one more time, Sensei?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite drills.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, so you guys all know this already. Okay, okay.
They don't like it though.
No, but here's the thing. They're gonna love me right now. So I don't do my side kick like that. All right? Because for me, as a traditionalist, as soon as I see this, I'm like, oh, side kick. Right? So I try, and this was even in my sport karate days. The game is so fast, right? How many of you guys feel like sparring is happening to you instead of with you? Sometimes it's like a little too fast. Yep. So the game is very fast, especially when you have high level around you. Right, so when I throw my side kick, I try and get from the floor to the target as quickly as possible. So I'm not going to bring a big chamber because my power doesn't come from this. That's not the power. The power is that slide, okay? Right, light bulb, can I borrow this bag? So when I'm throwing my side kick, it's not, this is gonna sound good, right? Right, but it's also, it's a lot of effort and a lot of energy. Versus I can take a little step back, less effort, and I get my heel and I get a different impact, right? And it's a little bit quicker and directly to the target. So all I want you to guys do with your partner, we're gonna get into this position, so don't worry about, oh, how do I blend it? I'm gonna show you. I want you to start completely, can I borrow you? Because I know you got a background. So we're gonna work on technique. So you're gonna put your left leg in front. The person who's holding is just gonna go, hey, you're gonna kick me. I'm gonna give you the shot. So turn a little more bladed, right? Get totally bladed so it's easy to throw this side kick, all right? Feet flat, you're going to think about pushing the heel straight into the target here. Go ahead. Oh, that's it. Keep that front hand up for insurance. All right, so he's gonna stick that side kick. Ideally, it should move me a little bit. All right, so you're gonna push, right? And then switch stances. Yes, move yourself back, now push. Good. Okay, be super bladed. Do everything that you're like, I would never do this when I fight. Do it now. Thing not to do. This is a quick way to end your career. Okay? Don't do this. Because effectively, what did I do? I brought myself closer with no threat of a weapon. Right? That's really dangerous for me. And how many techniques can I possibly throw from this position? One. Like none. 3. Round kick, side kick, hook kick. 4, axe kick, right? 5, spin kick. I can throw a lot, but they're all gonna come predominantly from this leg. So I just told him what I'm gonna do. I might as well hold up a sign. Here we go, right? Here's my side kick, okay? So I don't wanna bring myself close with no weapon, and I don't wanna show them that this is what comes next. The other thing too is it doesn't adjust forward. Put your hand, I'm not gonna kick you. If I step my feet forward and maybe my opponent wants to jab, you would jab in place? Would you jab in place or would you step? Step. Now I can't side kick and I got hit and I got my feet together. Those are 3 terrible things for me, right? So I never want to bring my feet together. That's rule number 1. Okay, so what we do is just like if I was in the military and I had to clear a house. Bunch of bad guys in a house. How many of you guys play video games? Okay, cool. When you play video games, you don't just run in guns blazing. Maybe some of you guys do, right? It was fun that way. But in real life, you can't do that. We always go through a door and what goes first? My weapon. My weapon goes first. I always lead with my weapon, okay? So what I want to make sure I do is when I'm in this side stance, all right, from this distance, I want to lift my leg so my weapon is the first thing that they see. Because I want them to be like, oh God, what's happening next, right? So I have to show them my weapon, and then how do I get from A to B? My back leg. So from here, at the very base level, I lift my weapon, I take a little hop, and then I can attack. Okay? And then it's all about figuring out how long your legs are. If your legs are really long, you're tall, you can do this from further away. One more time. So as I get better at this, I start like this. Just like my chamber, but chamber a little less. I show my heel first, hop and kick, okay? As I get better, I start to smooth it out. I think of like, that's like chunky peanut butter. I want smooth peanut butter, right? So we gotta smooth it out. So from here, I go from instead of 1, 2, 3, to maybe I do 1, 2. So then maybe I do 1, right? So now it's like, again, I'll use your bag for me, but I'm still gonna borrow you. When you see me move, clap. Okay, you guys can all do this. As soon as you see me move, clap. Too late, you hit me, right? Too late, you hit me. I didn't do anything yet, right? As soon as you see me move, clap. Tie, right? Tie. I'm cool with that because what's gonna win? My longer weapon, right? So we smooth it out to make one movement. Does that make sense? Okay, so get rid of this, lift the leg, hop, throw that kick, okay? Once on the left, once on the right. We're gonna put it all together in a bit. I promise you this stuff works. Let's go, 1, 2, 3. A side kick from my typical like boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai stance. It just, there's too much mechanics that don't match, right? Your side kick is a straight line technique. In order for me to generate max power, I have to maintain that straight line the whole time. That's why I had you guys in this position. As soon as we start adding rotation, think about a leaky faucet. I'm just leaking energy everywhere. I'm not going to be as successful. Does that make sense? So we have to be in a straight line. In order to do that, I have to be sideways. That's why it's called a side kick. Now the question is, how the heck do I get here safely? This is the hard part, okay? Well, it used to be the hard part. Now it'll be the easy part. Because who was it? Said, aren't you afraid of the low kick? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, can I borrow you? Okay, so what I'm going to do is, since we know how to switch stances, how much more effort does it take me to do this or this? So I get back to my pyramid. So I switch, side kick, hold here for me. Boom, land. Maybe I open up, disengage, and I'm right back where I started. Disengage, boom, right back where I started. A whole bunch of combinations and like, I've taken seminars from high-level fighters too, and sometimes it's just like, do this combination, do this combination, this combination. And then you leave with all these combinations like, I don't know how to do any of this stuff, I'm not even good at this. So I'm trying to teach a little bit more like concepts, right? Because it doesn't matter if this is a side kick, or I switch stances and I throw a cross or a round kick, or maybe it's my keep, it's the same. If you don't want it to be a side kick, it doesn't have to be, but really, the true sauce that we're working with right now is just learning how to switch and use opposite weapons and just create different concepts, different looks. I think that's what helps blend the karate style that you guys have in your foundation into that higher level kickboxing. Make sense? Okay, cool. So now, this part works great if I have someone who's very passive, right? Where I can, they're gonna let me hit them and switch stances and play around in that position. But we all know that's not every fighter. We have, like we said before, people are coming up, there's more of a conversation or an argument. They're trying to get stuff done too. Can I borrow you, sir? So now, this is kind of my favorite way to hide stuff, whether I switch stances or not. But again, it's allowing me to get from my boxing, kickboxing stance to this bladed stance without just showing it to them. So again, one way is by stepping, by increasing the space. Sometimes I don't have that opportunity, okay? Now, this is all personal. We're gonna work both sides just so you can figure it out. If my side kick is better from my front leg, here's what's gonna happen. Hands up. All right, just give me a Dutch block on this side. I'm gonna throw a rear leg round kick. Now, if I throw my back leg round kick, boom. I come right back and I can box. Again, what's the difference if I do this or if I do this? Now I have access to my side kick. And I'm still in that range, right? So from here, we're just gonna work it off of our kicks. So if I want a side kick with my front leg, I round kick with the back leg. So I go round kick, boom, blade. And I always squat when I blade because now I can drive that kick. Okay? And now the best part too is you have something like this. Most common counter from a Dutch block. So if I throw this round kick here, commonly what's coming next? So if I stay here, I'm getting hit. But keep your hand right there. Now I'm not getting hit. My weight's on my front leg, I get hit. I get bladed, I don't get hit. But remember I said it's my turn and my turn again and my turn again? This is where it comes from. I get heavy Dutch kickboxers. This is how the karate style becomes difficult for those kickboxers. Where if every time, let's say I throw a round kick, you counter a hook cross, right? right? Now I'm like, ugh, I'm getting in trouble here. So now I kick, right? And now it's like, oh, now guess what? Every time I kick, he's gonna be a little bit more hesitant to counter, right? And then I get to start playing with my stuff. So we're gonna try that one first. My partner's gonna go rear leg, whichever, doesn't matter. Yeah. So rear leg kick, blade, to that front leg side kick, keep your front hand up. Right, rear leg kick, I'm gonna block, cover, and that's how it should look. Questions with that? If you wanna get fancy, this also works well from this, right? If I kick and I plant, maybe they go to reach a little bit. That one works there, so if that's in your arsenal, it's the same setup for my spins, okay? I'm not saying you guys need to do this right now, but just know that it's all there. All this stuff, the distance is the same. Right, make sense? Okay, let's go. 1, 2 pyramid, box, boom, 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 kick, blade, side kicks. You build it now. But be creative, don't give me the same stuff over and over. Don't give me the typical 1, 2, 3 kick. You guys are all better than that. Give me same side techniques, right? Be creative, play with it into that rear leg kick. Let's go. A lot of times what they would teach is your dominant side actually goes in front because it's all about points and speed. So I'm right-handed. So I would always fight here, side stance, because it's all front leg. So my side kick, my better side kick leg is my front leg. If I had to put a hole in a wall, I would do it with my right leg. But when I started boxing and kickboxing, I was so uncomfortable here because this didn't allow me to find my weapons. So I said, all right, let me start from scratch. Let me absorb traditional boxing and kickboxing. So I learned how to box in this stance, but it's like, ooh, here's all my good weapons from my lead leg. How do I get there? So we talked about if my front leg is good, I kick with the back leg and then get bladed. And then I have access. And again, if you have more dexterity, you can go round kick, side kick, hook kick, whatever. Okay? If I want the back leg, I just reverse the order. I go for my switch kick. All right? But now instead of switch kick here, coming back, I just take the one step to switch to southpaw. So instead of going back or going forward, I go here, switch. And now I have that other leg available, okay? So I go front leg to back leg, all right? So from my switch kick, I'm kicking round kick with my lead leg. Boom. Again, look where that cross is, out of range. If I kick and stop in place, I'm getting hit, okay? So I can eliminate the threat. This draws the technique, and I can drive that kick, right? I love that, and we talked about that with Sensei over here, just that little pause. It doesn't have to be, I'm not rushing, right? I don't like to be crazy offensive with my side kick. I want it to be like that. That, to me, that's when it's most effective. When I can draw something, if I hit you, and then maybe I'm gonna leave this and be like, oh, that looks so sweet. Yeah, it's sweet for me. Right, yeah. 15 more times, yeah. So, but it works off the jab, off the hook, off the count. But again, like, I'm gonna play into what the common counters are, right? If we were to Dutch block this technique, what's his most common counter?
Cross.
His cross, right? He's gonna go here. Instead of me like, oh, now I gotta start all over again, let me bleed, take that away. And what I love the most about that is I get the liver. I get liver on that side, okay? So I wanna play with that. So we go switch kick, southpaw, lead leg. Not me, it's not you, it's not Sensei as much as you guys think it might be. It's not. Your partner is the most important person in the room, okay? Because if your partner is lazy, guess what? I can't do my job. If your partner is going too hard, I don't learn. If my partner is doing things consistently wrong, I can't get the most out of it. So, as a partner, number one, we have to hold each other accountable so that everyone does this. Okay, that's number one rule of success. Your partner is the most important person in the room. All right, number two, we have to be active as partners. So while you're doing your drills and learning, you should also be watching and observing your partner, so you should be able to pick up what they did well, what they didn't do well. So what I want you guys to do, we'll leave the not so good for another day, but I want you to tell your partner one thing that they did very, very well today. And don't say this, man, you were so strong. Come on now.
Dress good.
Be specific. Yeah, be specific. All right, be like, man, your side kick was on point every time it felt solid. Or I really liked how you had your hands up when you're moving. Something that you were seriously watching and noticed. And here's the thing, if you're like, damn, I don't have anything to say. That's on you. All right? So give your partner one solid compliment on what they did. When you're done, let's come back in this room here. Let's go, let's go. One solid compliment.
Wait, you're saying toward me?
So make sure when you guys, if the only other thing outside of the skill that you took from the seminar is when you're done with class, gear off immediately or your gear stays on. What was that in between while coach and sensei speaking?
Cool. Fighting style is violent.
Our undefeated middleweight champion Ross Levine is going to be on the card, and boy, if you haven't seen him fight before, you better get ready. In my book, he could be the best fighter that Karate Combat has to offer, which he is. I think he is.
Guys, so we're gonna start our Q&A section. You guys have any questions? Want to ask Sensei some questions about his career, about rehab, recovery for my fighters. You know, sometimes you don't know how to recover properly after a hard fight camp or even before the fight, what you should be doing the week of. I mean, if I can start it off, Sensei, I have a question.
Please, yes, sir. And I always say, like, 3 good things to ask when you're at a seminar. Ask about something you learned today. Ask about maybe something that you were hoping to learn today but didn't. Or something about their past, their career, and how they got to where they're at. Those are 3 important takeaways from seminars, right? But it's what it is, what it is. So when I went away to grad school to get my doctorate, I left, bless you, I left my hometown, I left New York City, and I didn't have the same camp, so my training wasn't as good, so I started kickboxing. And it was a very difficult transition, but it was difficult to the point where I'm like, I gotta do more of it, because I need to learn how to protect myself in these situations. So the transition was tough. It was a lot of what I said today. Erase what you think you know and relearn, right? It's learn, relearn, apply. Learn, relearn, apply. And that's the formula with everything. Not just combat sports, everything. Life, jobs, relationships, all of you can't be making the same mistakes over and over again. So it's all about learning, relearning, and applying it. So always approaching with an empty cup. That was the big transition. I fell in love with kickboxing first. I was very fortunate to get an opportunity in Glory. Glory was awesome. I was super pumped to get up into those ranks, and then COVID hit. So COVID pulled the plug on Glory because Glory Kickboxing shut down in the Northeast, or in North America, really. So from then, Karate Combat opened up because I was trying to figure out, all right, gosh, how many years ago was that? 4 years ago? I was already 33. And I was like, man, I'm getting a little bit older for me to go to like MMA and UFC. I never wrestled before. It's like, ugh. Then Karate Combat, I was like, ooh, this is like built for me. So it was actually easy in terms of the skill set because I was able to open up a lot more, where those Glory Kickboxers, I only had 10 amateur fights. And then I was like, all right, well, let's go. I'm 31. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it. And all these guys have, 70, 80 fights in Europe. And those are like the guys that are not ready to stick with, right? So it's like, well, I just got to go for it. So Karate Combat was a way for me to kind of come full circle and open back up. And now it's even more different because it's changing quite a bit. But it was a really cool transition. The hardest thing was just the small gloves, just changing timing. But again, it's like you just adapt to the rule set that's in front of you. It really doesn't have to do it with me. I have to fight to the rule set. It doesn't matter how good of a baseball player I am. If I can't put a ball in a hoop, I'm not going to be a good basketball player. So some of those skills transfer, but you fight to the skill set that you have, and when you apply it like that, it's a blueprint. And that's how I approached a lot of those fighters that I was competing against that had big records. And it's like, oh my God, how am I going to beat this guy? Well, let's strip away all the stuff that doesn't matter, their record, their height, how strong they are, how many knockouts they are, I don't care. They fight like this. This is the blueprint. This is the problem, here's the solution. If I do what I'm supposed to do, I'll be successful. And that's what got me through. Fighting is simple. We make it hard. All right? Remember that. For those of you who compete, fighting is so simple. We make it very difficult for ourselves. You don't have to. Yes?
What is your strongest technique?
Ooh, I'm a big fan of my side kick. I throw a mean side kick. That's probably my best. Yeah, I'd say that's my favorite. Like I said.
What made you start when I get into school?
Say that one more time?
Like, what made you start when I get into school?
I actually didn't want to do martial arts at all. I had no interest. My brother got into it before I did. I have an older brother who's 2 years old. He got into it. My brother was getting bullied when he was younger, so my parents put him in martial arts. My dad was a martial artist as well. But I was very rambunctious. I remember my brother taking karate class, and I would rollerblade outside. Didn't want to stand still, didn't want to do that. He went to an inter-school tournament, won a trophy, and I was like, ooh, shiny object. I was like, yeah, I want that. I waited for my brother to fall asleep. I took the trophy, put it next to my bed, and my parents were like, no, you gotta do that. If you want it, you gotta do it. And that's how I started martial arts. And that's history. The rest is you actually never left. Yes, ma'am. My worst injury in 2010, I tore my hamstring. I was actually very fortunate. There's a lot of much worse things than that. But yeah, this was before I started to learn more about my body. Yeah, I tore my hamstring. That was a tough one. Yes, sir.
Today in the seminar we learned about transitions of the body into the kickboxing center. Right? Now that was for kicks, but like for hands, how does some of the karate still translate over to boxing?
Good question. Yes and no. I would say the dynamic aspect of like karate style punching, but the very like traditional karate is very rigid. It's one technique, right? It's finding the kill shot and then you're done. That's how traditional karate was like kind of brought up and taught amongst the masses, especially in America. So it's very like sword and shield, boom, one kill shot and we're done. That's not effective in kickboxing and boxing and MMA. So, but what I will say is the first concepts we talked about, distance, timing, and footwork, that's what karate brings to it, where you can move, and if you're ready to find that kill shot, bang, but also have the discipline to have your hands up, move, and be ready to fire on what's next. So I would say the concepts apply, the technique not so much. Yes, sir?
So more on kill shots. I was at a Matt Brown seminar, and I asked him about him having so many knockouts, and he said the only one he looked for was Diego Sanchez. So as somebody with a lot of finishes, do you think that you look for that in a fight, or is that something you've developed like your power over time?
That's an awesome question. I will say that a majority of my knockouts were like, oh, cool. It wasn't like I'm gonna hit him with this technique, and that's what. There's so many at a certain point. First of all, if you can plan ahead and be like, I'm going to knock this person out with a right leg round kick in this round, and it happens, they stay. You know what I mean? Very rarely it's that I'm that good. It's because they're not. So, you know, fighting is so random. We just have to have, yes, you can prepare and plan and be, you know, thought-provoking and mindful and visualize a lot. I encourage you to do that. And always visualize yourself succeeding in the highest fashion. The more scenarios you can play out where you become the winner, well, now it's kind of easy, right? Like I said, fighting is kind of easy. I've seen it all before. But to say that I'm looking for a knockout, very few of them were planned unless they were already hurt. Yeah, a lot of times they just happen. When you do the right things, good things happen. So that's where all the shadow boxing comes in. You gotta constantly do the right things. Oh, good question. So 30 years. 30 years. Long time. I started when I was 7. How many of you are 7? Raise your hand if you're 7 or younger. Who's younger than 7? You got 6? Yeah, I mean, you guys, I started with my white belt when I was 7. Some of you blue belts, dude, much better than I was at 7. It's pretty darn good. Yeah, 30 years. Yes, question.
What other sports did you have interest in? Esports, basketball, baseball?
Yeah, I mean, well, it wasn't esports. It was just Nintendo. You're like, what's Nintendo?
Some people.
Yeah, no, it wasn't called esports, but yes, I did like video games. I played baseball, a little bit of football. I didn't love soccer. I didn't like running that much. I still don't like running that much. So I don't run. That's another question. But yeah, I played some other sports. Yes, sir.
How are you able to balance like school and work and fighting?
Do it, man. There's only one way. You gotta prioritize and block your time. There are certain things that I learned very good, like time blocking skills, because there are certain things in my life that are non-negotiable, right? I can't change them, and I won't change them. More importantly, I won't change them. So, for example, I think the best explanation was when I went to grad school. I was in a very rigorous program to get my doctorate. So, what's non-negotiable? School, obviously, big block of my time. Sleep, big block of my time. Right? Those are 2 things that I will not sacrifice. Then I need time to eat, study, do my homework. Now I have only a few hours left. What am I going to do with that time? How do I maximize that? Well, I can either train, or I can play video games, or I can go out with my friends, or I can eat bad foods, drink, right? Like there's so many bad options, but it depends on what your goals are, right? If you want to be successful as a competitor, And the answers kind of are there for you. You just got to take them, right? You have to make those times. But the most important thing I would say is just set up what is non-negotiable in your life. And then what is going to move the needle in the direction that you're trying to go. Anything that doesn't align with that has to go. Sometimes it's stuff that you really, really like. Sometimes it's a relationship. Sometimes it's food and partying and fun and birthday parties. You know how many birthday parties, family outings, holidays that I missed to get where I'm at today? But you know what? Now that I'm 37, I'm retired, I'm gonna have a lot more holidays and birthdays than I ever had fights. So this is a very short window, right? If you wanna be successful in this game, you have a short window to do it, okay? You have to make those choices now, and they will pay off. And when you're 37, I hope that you're not still doing what I'm doing at 37. I hope you retire like me and had your fun and you're moving on and doing, you know, good things for the community. But all those decisions, I can go back and be like, I did it the right way. Yes?
What would your strongest opponents in history, like ever?
Ooh, like physically strong, just really
Like
just.
the most strongest.
Yeah, my 2 fights ago, I fought this guy named Sam Alvey, who was in the UFC, and I was being a bit of a dummy, and I decided to fight in a weight class that was much bigger than me, and he was very strong. That was not fun. You had a question about that?
Yeah, based on how you can protect your joints. As
Yeah.
a person, I suffer from a lot of pain. So
Yeah. Weight training.
weight training,
Do you do any weight training, resistance training?
a little.
Start, do more. Yeah, that's all the research right now shows. Weight training, strength training, the best thing for your joints, for your ligaments, all that's the stabilizers, your muscles, bone density. Weight training fixes everything. And that has nothing to do with being a competitor. Everybody in here, if you guys want, it's like you guys all want to be a Ferrari, right? Fast, big fast car, right? But you can't put like Toyota gas in it or like a Toyota engine in a Ferrari. You gotta treat your body the way that you want to perform. So I would do some resistance training. That's really, really key. Even if it doesn't have to be anything fantastic or like spectacular, just go to the gym, lift weights, do something basic, and it'll help you big time.
What are you afraid of?
Yes, sir.
Like smash. Shall I tell you what?
How do you handle that and how do you like condition them?
One word, maybe. It's that simple, right? What if my leg snaps? Maybe. What if it doesn't? Maybe. What if I snap their leg? What if I win? What if I lose? It's all the same, right? Now, what can you do to prevent that from happening is the real question, not the fear. The fear is going to be there, right? Of course, like you train to the point where those fears just kind of wipe away, and of course it's possible. That's what happens when you sign the paper. It's a dangerous sport, right? It happens. But your strength and conditioning is number one, right? Build your body so it's nice and strong and durable. Kick the heavy bag, kick the pads. That's good. The best type of conditioning you can do. And then the rest is just work, man. You know, practice so that you don't make silly mistakes. I'm not kicking with my foot when I know they're gonna check. You know, it's just experience will pay off. But the fear part of it, maybe. You know, just let it roll over the back of your shoulder, man. Maybe. It can happen the other way too. What I always tell people is, if you get on the highway, let's say I live in Rhode Island, right? So for me, that's north. When I want to go home, I gotta get on the highway and I gotta go north, right? If I make a mistake and I accidentally start going south, I don't have to wait till I'm in Florida to turn around and figure it out, right? So I don't have to be so consumed with like, oh my God, what if this goes bad? Turn around. What if it goes right? Maybe. Right? I know it sounds real simple. It is. It really is. Yes, sir.
What's your recovery routine when you're constantly training?
Yeah, great question. You got to find those priorities again. Number one is sleep. Scientifically proven, best method of recovery. Sleep. Get good sleep. For those of you who are younger, men, women, in that age where it's like there's a lot of distractions, get your sleep if you want to be good at this, because that's the one thing that's going to ruin you the most. Your sleep is going to be most effective. Your water intake is going to be most effective. And then it's strength and conditioning, again, is going to keep you safe. In terms of like recovery methods, like ice baths, sauna, in reality, it's preference. Some people do much better in the sauna than they do in the ice bath. Some people love the ice bath. Some people do the hyperbaric. There's so many different things out there. Find what works for you. There's no right or wrong. If you feel better, it works. There's no right or wrong answer with that. Yes.
What was your approach for like if you had to cut weight for your fights and stuff like that? Like what did you?
I had a nutritionist that told me what to do, and I shut my mouth and did it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And I stuck with that nutritionist because if it works, it's going to work. But nutrition is key, strength and conditioning is key, and all of my coaches being together on that plan is really important too. But it's a nutritionist, and again, it's like I said before when I was answering your question, sir, about you know, my non-negotiables. If I know that I want to be competitive and this is the lifestyle I want to live, I'm sure Sensei you'll agree, right? You can't be that person who is going to say like, ooh, when's the next fight? Oh, there's one in 6 weeks? All right, I'm ready. No, you're not. What have you been doing the last 6 weeks before that, right? In my opinion, my training camps were all year long. I'm always trying to get better in between my training camps to make my weight cut easier. I'm not doing the yo-yo effect. That kills fighters and kills careers, right? So don't fight at 155 pounds and then in 10 days you're like 175. And you're like, oh, Sensei, I had a bunch of cake and I went out with my buddies and then it was my birthday and then all Thanksgiving, ooh, the cookies, Sensei. Too bad. Guess what? You're not getting another opportunity until you get back down to your normal, right? So enjoy yourself, have that, but have a baseline and just know when to reel it back in. But yeah, it's in terms of like my weight cutting protocols and everything, it's all based on my nutritionist. What my nutritionist said goes. I didn't fluctuate from that game plan. It always hit. Every single time. Easy, easy. Yes, sir.
Well, Sensei, how did you know, or how do you know if you are overtraining in a fight camp? Well, all you can think about is train for this fight. That pressure is on you. How do you know if you're overtraining or you just over bypass that?
Yeah, no, I mean, there are times to push and pull. I think the cool advantage that I had for myself, and I was very fortunate, again, my background with PT and recovery and things like that, is knowing the difference between soreness of training hard, which is, you gotta train hard, you gotta push yourself, and am I on the edge of injury? Like, is this bad soreness? Is this pain? The difference between soreness and pain. When to push, when to pull. At the end of the day, the only marker that I have for success is performance here, right? So if you are not getting the most out of your training sessions here, because it doesn't matter if I go into a fight and I lose, and I'm like, yeah, but I bench more than you. Who cares, right? Yeah, but I do 15 rounds at the gym, but I know I got tired in these 3. Doesn't matter, right? So this is the only marker that matters, your performance in the gym. When your performance starts to drop off, something's happening. Then it's time to reevaluate. Maybe you just need a day. Be like, you know what? I need to throw a wrench in it. Let me just take a break for a day. Let my body recover. Focus on that recovery. Check all the right boxes, you know? Overtraining is massive because we get into the habit of thinking like, oh, if I'm not doing it, my opponent is. Who cares what they're doing? Maybe, right? Maybe. Who cares? All I know is I got to perform well. And if I'm training here, if I'm doing 2 hours here, and then I do a pad session, then I'm gonna go run 3 miles, and then I gotta do strength training the next day, and then I gotta spar on Wednesday, and then Thursday I gotta do another run, and oh man, you know what? I did my run this morning, but it wasn't good enough. I'm gonna run again, and then the next day I do sprints, and then I do sparring again. It's like, oh, there's no way you're getting the most out of this. And this is what matters. So everything we do is balanced. Like when I work with fighters, the strength and conditioning programming, everything is revolved around how do we get you to get the best out of what you do in here, because that's what's going to take you in the ring, right? So that's what it all comes down to. Yeah, just understanding the difference between overtraining and, you know, don't be stupid. Yes?
What is energy and, you just did a weight cut?
A lot of you, if I had to guess, your, like, the job is kind of done once you make weight. And then your rehydration plan is where most people fall off, where it's like, you did all these things to make weight, whatever it is. How many of you have a nutritionist? Yikes. Okay, that's step 1. All right, so whatever you do to cut weight, right, whether it's sauna or running or just even like putting on a suit and do pad, whatever, you just did all that stuff. You just dieted for how many weeks? In a perfect world, how long would be your fight camp? How many weeks? Perfect world. 3 months, yeah, 12 weeks would be like picture perfect. That's beautiful, right? 12 weeks. So you just dieted for 12 weeks. You worked your butt off. You did everything you need to do. You made weight. And then, have you fought before?
Yeah.
All right, the last time you fought, what did you have for dinner after you made weight?
Pasta.
And what?
And water.
Not bad. All right, that's pretty good. All right, most people are like, let me get soda. Let me get some dessert. Let me get chicken parm, right? Let me get all that stuff. Yeah, let me get. I used to do it too. I used to make myself so sick, right? But again, the rehydration is sometimes more important than the dehydration. It all has to work together. But to answer your question, for me, again, it's whatever my nutritionist says. It's very simple. I'm a really good student. You guys are too, right? So I just do what I'm told, and that's that. And I know everything works great.
So it's mostly like snacks instead?
No, I still have meals, so it's very similar to what I was doing in camp. So I'm still gonna have a big. Yeah. You can't veer off. Like I did all that good stuff for 12 weeks, and then I'm gonna do whatever I want on the most important day, the day when I actually have to get in there and do what I'm doing. Don't ruin it, right? The job's not done until that bell rings and my hand gets raised.
Last night, I remember I was walking out and I even giving my hand wraps. I was kind of hungry.
Yeah. Some of that might be nerves though, because our body's gonna do that to us and play tricks on us for sure. But I always make sure I have a big breakfast. I don't know if you guys like to do like a shakeout, a little warm up, like a workout that day. I like to do that. Just fine tuning a little bit more what feels good, what doesn't. I'll have some snacks throughout the day. I'm making sure I'm taking a ton of water just to keep replenishing and rehydrate my brain. That's going to be really important. I usually have a big breakfast, couple snacks, light stuff, fruit, very easy digestible. I'll have a good lunch, and then typically, most commissions won't really let you eat when you're in there. Sometimes I'll have something like just some fruit or cereal before I go, just something very easy that I'll hold in my stomach. And then it is what it is, man. Just gotta fight. So, yes, in the back.
How do you schedule strength training and fighting?
Great question. So whenever I'm scheduling for myself, but also for my clients, everything revolves around, to make it very simple, we do high days and low days. So you shouldn't have two very challenging and draining sessions within 12 hours of each other for optimal recovery. So for example, if I have strength and conditioning in the morning at 8 a.m. and it's a tough session, I'm in the middle of my camp, I'm not going to do heavy bag sprints or anything really demanding in the evening. I'm not going to do anything hard until at least the same time the next day. So you can still do 2 a days, but maybe I do a hard strength session, and in the afternoon I do some light pad work, or I'll shadow box, or I'll hit the bag, but I'm not like sprinting, I'm not going all out, right? On my sparring days, that's all I do. Only sparring, I do nothing else the rest of the day. I prep myself so I can perform in sparring, because that is the ultimate indicator of where am I at. If I'm killing myself on the same day as sparring, and then I go in and I have a bad session, not only am I not performing at my best, but now what's happening up here? Man, I'm not sparring well. What's going to happen when right? So for confidence purposes, I treat my sparring days like it's fighting day. I don't spar like I'm going to fight because I'm not a jerk, but I treat my body that way. So I try and just separate my days so I don't do 2 hard sessions within 12 hours of each other. That's the simplest way to be successful there.
Yeah, Sensei, as you get older, what's a good way to balance like strength and conditioning training with dojo training and recovery for like small joints, rotator cuff, hip flexors, things like that?
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you what I did, and maybe that works for you. But my workout plan is like, I'm going to tell you this, and those of you who are competitors are like, that's it. In my last 3 or 4 world title fights, my camp looked like this. It was very simple. Monday, I did a very light cardio, just like walking on the treadmill or biking for an hour in the morning. Light, very easy, barely break a sweat. And then I would do heavy bag class in the evening. That's it. Tuesday, strength and conditioning. That's it. Wednesday morning pad session, heavy bag class and drills. Thursday, strength and conditioning. Friday, sparring. Saturday, swim. Sunday, rest. That's it. 9 sessions a week. But you're getting everything out of me in those sessions. I don't have to do 15, 20 sessions a week because my opponent's doing it. Those are for world championship fights. I'm effective and efficient, right? That's what efficiency means. Doing less but getting more. How many of you guys want to work less and get paid more? Yeah, treat your training camps like that.
Everybody raise their hand.
Yeah, but treat your training like that, right? If you're training 3 times a day, every day, of course your body's going to break down, right? Because you're not being efficient. So it's all about efficiency. Yes. And shoot me a message. I'll help you break down your schedule a little bit too. That's something that we do for our clients as well. Yes. Okay, I got 2 answers. For young fighters, keep doing it. get experience, have fun, enjoy it, and learn from your mistakes, right? Just like any other sport. Am I good at street fighting? I certainly hope so. I can't tell you. I don't know. Maybe. You're learning. You're a quick learner. You guys, world champion in the making right here. Quick application. Yeah, we are. You train to be dangerous so that you don't have to be. Right? The definition of peace. In order to be peaceful, we have to be capable of violence. Wisdom right there. I have to earn what?
Like people say you have to earn respect. Some people don't believe it.
Not in the street. Yeah. Do you respect me? Yeah. Sounds nice to you, right? There you go. Smile. That's a good way to get some respect. Yes. Got time for a couple more.
Is it good to train fast? Usually if I'm training out and eating in like a couple hours.
I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, the intermittent fasting, if you're an athlete, like low carb diets, it's all for the birds, right? Carbs is fuel, it's energy, it's good gasoline for your body, you need that stuff. So, you know, I know there's weight cutting involved and things change and some people have dietary restrictions, but I'm not a big fan of fasting training. If you want to get up in the morning and the first thing you do, have a glass of water and then go for a light jog or something like that, or ride the bike or some shadow boxing, jump rope, very light work, so you're not really risking injury. I think if you want to do that fasted, fine. You know, there's some science that says maybe you'll drop some pounds doing that, but I wouldn't do fasted training. Absolutely not. It's like trying to drive with no gas. You're not there anymore. Yeah. Yes.
Now that you're retired, are you like what's next for you now? I know you're doing seminars and helping fighters, but like, are you also doing anything outside of fighting as well?
Yeah. Thank you for asking. Yeah. So I mean, the last 2 years. Well, I've been a physical therapist now for the last 10 years. I've had my doctorate and actively practicing. Actually, like competition was my side gig, believe it or not. Again, just time blocking, prioritizing. But the last 2 years, I've been doing remote training solely for martial artists. Called Turbo Sports Performance. That's all the stuff that, if you go on my Instagram, that's the stuff you'll see in my content. Is all just, I want to work with martial artists. That's it. Combat athletes, yeah, but martial artists in general. I don't care if you compete or not. Just people like I said earlier when we first started, it's in order for you to have the most out of your life and like best quality of life, most of the time it's because you're here, right? And doing what you got to do. So my job is to keep people here however I can. So when you got joint injuries and other things that pop up that stop you from being here, or even if it's not injury related, maybe you just want to be better at what you do. How do I enhance what I'm doing here? Then that's what I do. That's my full-time job. That is my passion, to give back to the community and help people get the most out of themselves. But also, within the next year, my goal is to actually open a dojo as well. And start passing on that. You guys can deal with the traffic. Yes, sir.
Do you remember most of your opponents that you fast?
I would say I remember just about everybody.
I heard through the grapevine, one of our fighters, you probably fought his uncle.
Yes, yeah, we talked about that.
Is that you, Quan?
G-Man, yes, oh yeah. Very good friends with Gamal Blackfoot.
That was in point fight.
We trained together quite a bit too, not just competition, we trained a lot together.
How was that?
He's a fantastic guy, really great guy, man of God, very good, excellent person, very beautiful soul. He's a violent man. Dude was nasty.
So like what?
Probably.
Yeah.
Very beautiful soul is the one thing I can say about you. He's a really great guy. Am I lying?
No, great.
Okay, cool. Okay. I don't know how he is to you, but I don't know. He was super nice to me. I mean, he was one of those guys that was just like the senior in the room when I was coming up, and just I'd take my licks. And then eventually, the student becomes the teacher. Right. We just went different ways, but great guy. Last one.
Have you ever fought any friends?
Yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, I mean, I don't really hold grudges against the people that I fight. I don't think that does anything for me. Some people, when they compete, they have to have this like, oh, I hate this guy. Because then what if you don't? What if you actually don't, right? But it's a job. When you learn how to separate, friendship and of course, when you go out there, the goal is to do a lot of damage when you're competing. But at the same token, a lot of these guys and girls, they've got family and They've got other things to do, and at the end of the day, we're all there for the same reason, right? It's to test ourselves, to see how good we are, and to hopefully make a little bit of a living. And if I hurt somebody to the point where they can't do it again, then I lose one more person to move the community forward, right? So, of course, the goal is never to injure someone, hurt them, yes, but it's a slippery slope. But yeah, I've had to fight friends on many occasions, and for like 6 minutes, they're not my friend. And then we can be friends again. Yeah, that's right.
Sorry. One little question before the big question. How much coaching are you doing with current fighters right now?
A ton. So in terms of like physical, like this physical
This
training, or
physical
my.
training at the corner.
Oh, so yeah, I mean, I train still the same amount that I trained when I was competing. Nothing in my career has changed as far as my schedule and routine. I'm coaching, and we do have a bunch of amateur fighters that I coach. So unfortunately, due to my schedule and like my business and everything, I'm only coaching physically once a week for my students. Like an actual class, a competition class only. But obviously that will change when I open a gym. And then in terms of like strength and conditioning, nutrition, rehab, stuff like that, that's full time. We have just over 100 clients active in our roster.
So my follow-up to that is when you do plan to open your gym and you're coaching full time or more frequently, right? How do you plan to ensure they're improving? Because in the scene, if you're not improving, you're regressing.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
How do you plan to hold them accountable?
Yeah, I mean, I think accountability is taught, right? It's a learned behavior. So, the reason why you guys work so dang hard is because you got a room full of pillars here that hold you accountable, but also your coaches are constantly working, and maybe it's not on the mats working with you. I know you still actively train and do that as well, but even you see how hard this gentleman works when it comes to business, family life, how he is with you guys. So that in itself, that accountability is a learned behavior where it's doing what you say you're going to do when you're going to do it, right? So my goals is just to lead by example. That my students are going to see me on the mats training. My goal is not to build a room full of fighters. If that happens, great. But that's not my intention. My intention is to do what I did here with you guys. Is to every day show up, teach really good skills that make your day a little bit better, and you can take some solid stuff away from it. And then if you want to apply that to be violent, let's go. I'll cheer you on. That's what's beautiful about this gym, right? And that's why for me, like I say this, and I truly mean it. I hope you can hear it in my voice when I say it. But it means a lot because we talked about this when I first got here. A lot of kickboxing MMA gyms have lost that. It's really bad. It's just a bunch of, it's tap out shirts and a bunch of like tap out guys. It's nonsense, right? And you see it all the time. But you guys have something different, and it's really, really good. You've got an amazing culture with a good staff that want everyone to do better. That's why we're able to teach a seminar with all different ages and levels, and everybody's cool. Nobody felt uncomfortable. That's a culture thing. So my job is to produce a really solid culture and foundation. Everything else.
One last thing. Can I get a huge round of applause for Sensei Ross one more time? Let's get the tall people in the back, Thanks, Sensei, for coming down again. All three, 1, 2, 3. You guys want to take a picture with Sensei Ross? I'm going to be outside calling out names for your ranking. I am so honored and blessed to have one of the greatest karate combat champions, period. It's such an honor to have such a unique style that I can relate to, especially my background in karate and taekwondo as well. Obviously, I'm injured, but I'm going to do my best to move around with you, Sensei. We're going to have some fun. Guys, give it a huge round of applause for Sensei.
This is a really cool opportunity for me too. I know it's fun for you guys to come in and train and learn some new things, but I grew up in Brooklyn. I don't live in New York anymore, but coming from a martial arts background, there's so many parallels to how you guys got here to where I came up. Like I see myself in you guys in so many ways. So being able to come and share what I've learned over the years and add to what you guys have is just part of martial arts. So it's really cool for me to be here back in my hometown. It's I already dealt with the traffic, so now I'm going to deal with the good students as well. So now we're good. But I'm excited. We're going to get a good warm-up, and then we're going to get right to some work and work on some of the things that help me be successful in my sport karate and my kickboxing as well. So we'll go from there. My only rule is give me good energy. Number one, I know you guys got that covered. And rule number two is there's no such thing as a dumb question. So if you guys have a question, that's what I'm here for. So don't be afraid to ask, Sensei, whatever you guys need, and we'll cover it. I'll even take that a step further. Those of you who are on social media, I am a nerd about this stuff. I love what I do, and now that I'm not competing anymore, I retired, thankfully. I have even more time to answer you guys and send me fight footage, send me sparring footage, send me videos of you shadow boxing. Something feels up. When I tell you I love this stuff, right? How long have we known each other? Not even a year? Not even a year, and this guy's just following me everywhere I go. I can't get him away from me, just absorbing knowledge, and it's the same stuff. I'm just kind of, I truly love to give back to the sport, all right? And again, this was an honor for me. Like I said before, this is my home. So this is, I've always been a big fan of this gym, and it's really cool to be on the mats and share that with you guys. So please, if you have questions, if you don't ask them now, send me a DM. Easy. Foreseeable future. Really quick for you guys, this is a very, very cool and unique opportunity where people from the United States, you qualify here and you can all of a sudden become an international competitor vying for a world championship. The most important information that I received as a youngster growing up, competing internationally as well, is you're not just from your gym, from your city. You are an ambassador for your gym. You're an ambassador for your country. And the way that you represent yourself means a lot, not just for who you are, but who this country is and what this country stands for. So we get to practice flexing that muscle today. So not just you and how you carry yourself, but also your coaches, your parents, your friends. So make sure the sport is bigger than everybody. None of us mean more than the sport, and the way we maintain that is by you guys being excellent sportsmen today. All right, so good luck. I wish all of you guys a safe, great tournament. Good luck, and we'll see you guys all around the world for WKF.
So the ranges dictates the fight. The ranges dictates the options. Does everybody understand that? Yes? Sir. This is what we generally do as martial artists. Let's say, give me jab, push, hook, low. Right? So I'll put 1, 2, 3, and then low. We always talk about the ending. You get Joe? We always talk about the ending, but we never talked about how he got to this position. This is wonderful. I'll just make an example. Look at the low, Joe. We ended up here. But what happens when a fight starts out here? How do we get to this place right here? And as martial artists, we always start with the end. Whether that's continuous, whether we doing points, whether that's the, right? We always talk about, no matter whether it's points, continuous, it doesn't matter. We always discuss the end. We need to figure out how do we close the gap. What do we have to do to get the entries and the exits? Does everybody follow me with that? Yes? So I'm going to go over a universal concept of just principle with time and distance, fake, entry, footwork, misinformation. Right, so that's what we want to work on right now. Tempo changes. So I'm gonna go both sides because I believe in being bistantial. Right, so we want to make sure that we work left and right, not just right. So I need my taller people who are in the back and my smaller people in the front. Can I get a yes, sir? Yes, sir. All right, so we're gonna start off right now with our right side and then we'll switch to our left side as well. So everybody can spread out and move a little close, jump. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna work on 7, more, but I'm gonna do 7 basics on how to use the most. Or footwork maneuvers that I use the most, no matter what the sparring is. I'm a firm believer this, I tell my guys this. You should be able to visit any dojo and just ask them what's the rules. Like I love points, but I do realize it's just points. Kickboxing, grapple, just tell me the rules, right? Your fighting style should be able to put you in any place and go, what's the rules? And that's what so if we embrace
No,
concept,
please.
it should be pretty good. Again,
I'm way
guys,
above.
thank you.
Thank you.
Just action. So the first one, everybody can start with right side forward. Can I get a yes, sir? Yes, sir. All right, so everybody can move on. Let's use the floor a little bit more. All right, I'm going to start off first with the middle fake. What did I say? Give me a little loud. What did I say? All right, so this is going to be my middle fake first. I'm going to shoot my front leg, front hand, forward. I do not bring my back leg with me. All right, my middle leg is to collect information and to see how you respond, right? So I'm going to use my middle fake. I'm going to take my front leg forward, front hand will chop. Can I get that, please? Right, just like that. And then I'm going to bring my, and then when I do that, I'm going to bring my front leg back. So I'm just going to go 1.
Thank you so much.
All right, so I do that first. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hold up on numbers. I'm a little trick right now. I'm going to see where you at with that. So, and Again, I'll get that a little bit stronger. And 1. All right, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I just ask a little what? All right, so some of y'all, this may sound a little crazy. Some of you are giving me a fake fake, right? I need a real fake. Even though it's a fake, it should be real. It should be threatening, right? Second, I need the fake to get into their personal space. What's your name, sir? Who? Who? All right, so Lou, I don't know you. I never met you. Okay, we didn't never met. But Lou, I'm on the corner. I'm like, hey, Lou! Punch you in your face, man. Did you feel threatened back here? All right. Look at Lou's body language. Look, the closer I get, the closer I get, you get more what? You get more inches, you get more defensive. So my fake has to get into your personal space. It doesn't matter if I'm going like this. I need my fake to get in your personal space to make you defensive. Does everybody understand that, right? It's basically, by your reaction, I can determine pretty much what my next move is going to be. Whether I fake it, it draws you out, whether it makes you run, whether it makes you freeze. I can determine based on your reaction to the fake as I'm collecting information. So everybody follow this, right? Yes. So I need you to give me real fakes, and I need the real fakes to get into my personal space. My personal space. Don't be nice with the fake, strong fake. Yes?
Yes, sir.
All right, so bounce on my toes. Watch this example real fast. Let me use you right here. You size me right. Good. All right, let me use Joe in this size, lemonade, Taylor Brown. Let me use you right here. Face it. Yes. All right, let me give you another fake right now. Bounce on my toes. This one. They're going to give me. And 1. Make that fake hard. 2, 3, 4. That's what I want first. I want that middle fake hard. Everybody got it? Yes? Back in my line. Here we go. Get ready on my toes. Get a little rhythm with you. And 1. Go ahead, make that a little stronger. 2. Go a little harder. Now don't bring your hand back here. Maintain the distance. My hand is in the front. I maintain the distance. 2. Good. Now, this is what I like, right? This is good, but if you balance in and out and you develop this rhythm step, he can time this real good on your way back. So I like to keep my bounces easy. Right? I like to keep it easy. I don't like to go in and out so much, right? Just a pointer, all right? And here we go. And 1. All right, fake. I'm on my right side. I will go to my left. Here we go. 2. Good. Now see that fake, your hand didn't get in my personal space. You give me a shoulder, but I'm back here. Make that real, right? And 3. Good. 4. Everything out. I throw my left shoulder. Right? I want to act like I'm throwing my cross right now. I take my right leg, I move it to the right, and I throw my left shoulder. And then I bring it right back. Yes? Listen, the better fighter you are, the more lies you tell. Good fighters tell lies. Good fighters give misinformation. Good fighters change the tempo of a fight. Because you catch up, you catch up to the rhythm of the person when you fight. I don't care how fast you are. I'm used to Joe. I don't care how fast Joe is. You fast Joe, jab? Right. Fast jab, Joe? Right. You get used to that speed after a while. Fast jab, Joe? Joe, give me a fake first. See, now do that. Change the tempo in the fight. Fast jab, Joe? Fake the fast jab and give me low. Right, that's what I want to tell lies. I want to give misinformation. So we have to have several ways to lie to the other side. Yes, sir? Yes, sir. All right, so here we go. Take your right leg. Your right leg is forward. I'm going to take my right leg, move it to the right, turn my left shoulder. When I throw my left shoulder, do not commit your left hand out there, because then I really can't throw the cross, okay? So I just want to show it. My head is going to get up the center line, and I'm just going to show the fake, yes? Yes, sir. Now, pretty much, this is pretty good. Joe, keep your jab cross, Joe. If I hit you with the cross, I'm most likely gonna fake it. Right, because I got you to believe it, right? All good lies have the truth in them. All good lies have the truth in them. Hit me with the jab cross, Joe. Yeah, I'm gonna believe that now. Fake it, Joe. See that I believe that. That's what I wanna see, so make sure, give me that, and bring it right back, yes? Yes, sir. Here we go on my toes, get ready. Right leg is gonna step to the right, and 1. Now don't just lean over. Let's go slow with that. Take your right leg, step it over to the right. 2, 1. Let's go on my left side, please. Ready? Yes, sir? Yes, sir. All right. Are there any questions out as I go forward. No, sir, no. Okay, so now, I got my left side forward, so I take my left leg, I'm moving to the left, I throw my right shoulder. But I just want to fake the right shoulder.
Are you guys recycling to make the money back?
Because that's a good idea.
We do. We do.
That's a good idea. No.
Any questions on that? Okay, here we go. Get ready. I got my left. Remember, this is your body fake or shoulder fake. One side, sorry. On my left side, please pay attention. 2. Yes. 3. Yes. 4. Yeah, give some rhythm. Don't stay stiff on me. Yeah. 5. Good. 6. Good. Turn that shoulder. 7. Yes. 8. Good. 9. 10. I'm going backward. Thank you, sir. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And back to the right side. Give yourself a round of applause on that one right there. All right. So now I'm going to put 1 and 2 together. So we did 1, which is what fake? And then we did what? I can't hear you guys. All right, so listen to this, right? This is, I think, in my opinion, footwork and faking is one of the most underrated, and we don't emphasize it enough. Like, each side, where you at? All right, we'll emphasize each side. Give me like face pattern. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Get my double leg each side if you want to. Whether we points, whether we boxing, drop desires, 2, 3, 2. After that 4, 2, 3, 2. Drop, no 4, and then face pattern, drop, 4. Face pattern, drop. 2, 2. We'll emphasize all the attacks in a row. 1 low. We'll emphasize, but we won't fake. Gotta tell him a lie. He's gonna get used to that. You gotta lie to him. You gotta give him misinformation. So this is what I want. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna put the first 2 together. So I'm gonna go middle fake, body, middle, body, middle, body, middle, body. Everybody got it, yes? All right, so now the faces operate as isolation, or we can start putting them into combinations, all right? So here we go, everybody get a part? I mean, not a part, spread out a little bit. I'm going middle fake, and then I'm going what? Now listen, after you go to middle, come back. Why? Why am I coming back? So we gotta know the whys too, right? We all gotta do stuff, but why? In case I wanna make a decision, in case I wanna attack, I'm in a position where I can make a decision if I wanna jab, if I wanna low kick, if I wanna blitz, depending on the rules. Say it again? Yes, absolutely, right? So here we go. I'm gonna go middle, we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna go body, yes? All right, and 1, body. I got you, it's okay. 1, body. Good. Forward, a slight inch, but I'm gonna slide my back leg straight like Michael Jackson moonwalk. All right, so everybody take a knee from me real fast. So I'm gonna go here. Did y'all see my back leg? Okay, right now, these are look control. I'm gonna be facing Joe. These are small details. Look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a small step, and I'm gonna give him the first fake behind my feet, and I'm gonna bring myself a little bit closer, but slightly. But I'm gonna keep my body in a sweet spot like this. Does everybody see that? You know what Joe was looking at? He's looking at my face, my chest, my head. Y'all see my back leg? My back leg is already on the track. It's already on the track. Go get the cross. So now I got the angle right here. Right, so I don't give him this. My back. I just give him that small fixated zone. Put your left side forward. If I'm lefty all the time, up. That's what I want. If I give him this small fake, and he gives me, if I give him this small fake, that's fine, so it don't matter what side you side kick. That's the angle I want. Side kick. That's the angle I want. I just want this small, little kick release. That's the entry that I want. If he's in trouble right now, this is my world. I got all this behind it. And I can just fight half the man.
No, I'm gonna spine.
Give me a jab. My core, my back leg, ride my knee. I got to deal with all of that. Half the man. I don't don't got to deal with none of his power side. I get half the man with that just small gesture, especially if I'm kicking. Throw my cross, shoot my jab to hide it, right? All over my footwork, yes? Your footwork will take you anywhere in the world. That's why we notice all good fighters that last long all have good footwork. They don't take a lot of abuse, right? They use their feet, right? We want to use our feet like this. So if we're going to go with the dribble, it's going to go like this. I'm going to take a small dig and move my back leg straight back. I'm going to take a small dig. I want my body in front of him or her. I want them to feel like I'm still here. And then the second step, I pick up, but I pick it up at a low level. So I don't go step, step, look. He or she will see that. They'll see that. But I'm just going, just a small, look at the angle I'm at. Look at the angle I'm at. I get off the tracks. I get off the tracks. Now imagine I did this already. Joe, come in. Imagine I did this, Joe, jab. Fake jab, fake jab. Fake, pump, pump. Now drift. See, I'm thinking it's the same thing, but give me a small stab. I'm thinking it's the same thing. That's what I want. With jab, punt, fake and drift. That's what I want. Just off my footwork, yes? That's what good fighters tell what? Lies, misinformation, misinformation, misinformation. So everybody get up on their feet, please, yes? This is going to be a drift. It's going to go like this. Small, tiny, 1-inch step. Slide your back leg straight back. Now, when you do this, your shoulder, your heel should not turn this way. So don't move. Michael Jackson. You got to watch Michael Jackson. There we go.
Yes, sir.
I'm with his leg a little bit on this. So you go on a triangle, which is fine, but I want you here. That, yeah, that's what I want you at. So keep that shoulder right here. Because I need you. Stand a little bit. Look at this. I'm going to take the first move. See how I'm still in your face? Look. I already moved my back leg, especially if I hide it with a jab. You already have the angle to that one. That's what I get. I want you to be slick with it. Right, so come back. And small step, drift, step. Take that small dig forward. Dig, slide the back leg, step. Good, don't have those feet so wide, so you won't put on balance. Here we go again, small. When I say go, put them together. All right, and drift. All right, so somebody sit like this on me. All right, you don't want to do that. All right, you don't want to do that. I want to kind of lie to you. Now, just to reframe you, I won't go right away with this one. This is when I already established this one. But I already established. Yeah, and I go up, now I got the angle. That's when I start implementing that. When I already reframed you and get you used to what? My jabs and my face, so that when you think it's one of those, now I got the angle, yes? All right, so here we go. We want to reframe him or her. Okay, here we go with the drift. Get a little bounce, a little small bounce, and drift. Okay, now don't forget. I'm going to the side. That's what I want. Here we go again. And drift. Let's do it again. I go slide. Say this is the one that don't worry. You're good. Okay. I'm gonna go slow with you because I know this is the key. Okay. Take a small baby step with your front leg. Slide your leg completely straight back. So you should look like you're about to run this way. Now pick up your front leg and line it up with your back leg. Let's do that again. Sir. Slide my back leg. Pick up my front leg. Now, look at the details. Remember what I said earlier. You should be able to walk into somebody's school and go what? Tell me what. Go right here. Watch this. I'm going to go 1 through 4. Now, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I want that shift. 1, 2, 3, shift, 4. that down. Here we go. That was like level 2. Everybody good, yes?
Yes, sir.
I was telling y'all to punch something, kick something, grab something, choke something, throw something. Y'all was like, yes, yes, yes. But you never figured out how to close that gap to be able to do that. You're not throwing nobody back here. So I give him a middle fade. The body, oh snap, he attacked this time. I cut the angle, he cut my ring off, and I dripped the other way. Can I get Elijah? Can I get Antonio? All right, I'm gonna go ahead. That's how we do it. They're gonna go middle, body, shift, drift, side. All right, right side forward. Level 1, right side forward. Level 4, right side forward. All right, here we go, get ready. Middle, body, shift, drift. Somebody jumped. That was like now I'm gonna go side step, so go with me. I take my right leg, I'm gonna do 3 steps. I take my right leg and make a small dig. Small dig, yes. I take my left leg and I step. Right. And then I pick up my right leg and face my target. I'm gonna do that again. Let's go back again. How many steps? 3. Okay. Dig. Step. Step. I'm gonna do it again. Dig. Step. Step. I'm gonna do it again. My leg, I should have moved, I should have checked the leg, or whatever the case may be. It teaches you how to constantly acknowledge your mistakes. That's the lesson for that is when you go off the floor, when you leave the floor, are you stubborn? Do you know how to apologize? Do you know how to say, I'm wrong? I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I didn't see it your way. Or you want patience, or do you rush to judgment? It's supposed to make you a better person off the mat. The lessons on the mat are really the lessons off the mat. And it's so funny that martial arts is the most narcissistic, biggest self-esteem, sensitive men I ever met in my life. They figured all the lessons that we learn on the floor. When I'm in my sparring class, nobody wears a belt. Nobody wears the belt because we're not doing hierarchy. It's my spirit, my soul, my IQ against yours. We don't call, I'm the grandmaster. Man, listen, man. All grandmasters didn't get punched in the mouth. You know why? That means you're still training. Constantly evolve yourself, constantly grow, become a better person. This is nice. But I don't lead with I'm jolly attention. I want you to know I'm a good person. I'm gonna be fair, I'm gonna be sincere. I'm pulling rank on you. That's the lowest form of leadership is fear. They should want to follow you because they love you, they trust you, they adore you, and you're a good person, and they want to follow that person. If you got to use your rank for people to follow you, you miss all of the lessons. Yes, sir. So thank you for your time, thank you for being here. All right, let's go with respect, guys. I hope you guys got something out of that. Thank you very much. Everybody give each other a high five, please.